Next thing on the list is sewing the back. So our two back pieces together. I'm going to line them up, go stitch them together. Okay, now that that's sewed together, take my pinking shears. I'm going to trim right up this edge to help with the fraying. I don't have to serge it because it's not going to be seen, but I'll just cut it with these, help stop with the fraying, and then I'm going to open it up and iron everything flat. Okay, now that that's ironed, we can move on to the next step, which should be putting the front and the back together. Okay, the front, left and right side are pinned or clipped to the back of the waistcoat. So now I'm going to 5/8 here, 5/8 seam here, and I didn't mention it, but there's a 5/8 seam down the middle there. Everything on this is 5/8 except around the pockets. It's only, it goes to 3/8. Okay, now these are sewed together, and I will eventually iron this out. Not going to do it just yet. I'm going to do the next step, sewing the facing to the liner. That's going to be the piece that goes inside here. I'll get that ready next. You can see this part goes in two different directions. This one comes down and shoots that way, and then this piece comes down and shoots off this way. So it's a little tricky. We have a notch here. We'll line that up, and I'll pin it up here, and then I have to do little bending and stuff with this part after I get this pinned to get everything kind of flow together. Okay, there's that part. Now we have to get this curve in here. So we want to kind of straighten that out. Grab this and kind of lift it. It'll help us get in there where we need to. And these clips are nice because they are about 5/8 inch deep, which is our seam allowance. So if we can get it to pin flat there, we should be able to sew it. At least I found that to be true whenever I use these things. Alrighty, we have two of these to do, left and right. Probably the most important thing to remember is always 99% of the time keep your right sides together. That's the right side, that's the right side, and they're together. Okay, got two of them. Get them sewed up now. And that's the first one sewed. Our back side. We have our 5/8, our inner linings on that. Then when you lay it out, get a little bit of a press here. She'll lay nice. Okay, we got that all ironed over there, and now this is the liner, inside liner. So it's all clipped together. I'm going to sew that together now. Okay, the inside liner is together. Cut that seam with the pinking shears here. That's going to help us with the fraying, and I pressed it. And now we will move on to the next one, which is probably sewing something together. Yes, I was right. There is some more sewing of things together. These pieces here have to be sewed to that liner we just sewed together. up at the shoulder. You line them up and pin them, or in my case, clip them together. Okay, now got a sew 5/8 seam here and over here. This is the inside. We did the outside, so after that's done, then we're going to join them two together. These are sewed together now. Now to bring this and that together. Now this part we have to, that's showing up there. But we got the front here where the pocket is. Our inside piece has to come up. We have to get our seams to line up here, our seam here, our seam here, and then this lined up the whole way down there. And we're going to be sewing the whole way up and around here. I'll get that all clipped together. Everything's clipped now. So from this, slide this up a little bit here. Now, got to sew from right in here, down, up and around the neckline, back down, and over to that same spot on the other side. And then the important thing here is these seams line up on your outer piece and your inner liner and your center seams. You get all them lined up, the rest kind of just falls right into place. So we'll get that sewed up and go to the next step. Now that that's all sewed all the way across, up around the neckline, down and over, you gotta trim these threads and do some trimming where that point is, and then remove some of this bulk around here, especially where there's a point. I don't want to, you turn it inside out, there's too much fabric in there to gather, so I'll trim that up, trim that, turn it all right side out, and then do a little pressing, and then move on to the next one. I think that's it for tonight.